Today, we're talking about a Finneas concert in Detroit gone wrong, which started after a fan video captured someone yelling mid-song about Finneas's tour manager being a d. This led to the full story being revealed in the comments, which included multiple fans being relentlessly harassed by the venue's security team, eventually growing to the point of the security pushing fans around, dislocating a finger, causing a panic attack, and ripping down signs. But I pulled together all of the details, so by the end of the video, you'll be caught up on everything that happened in this Finneas concert drama situation. Thank you to this account on Twitter, where I originally came across the story. If you ever see something you think I should cover, don't hesitate to DM me on Instagram, Twitter, or TikTok. Really, I don't mind you sending me anything, even if I don't use it. Also, we haven't been getting any new subs lately, so if you want to stay caught up with the latest internet drama and news, please consider sticking around. But regardless, thank you so much just for watching. Now let's get into it. This situation began during a concert for the artist Finneas, commonly known as Billie Eilish's older brother and producer. On February 26, this TikToker posted a video from the Finneas concert at the Fillmore, Detroit. The caption reads, "This was so unacceptable and disgusting. Let's remember to be respectful and appreciative of everyone who puts time and effort into the shows you pay money to attend and enjoy, whether that be the artist, team, crew, security, or venue staff. Also be respectful of those around you."
Hey, your fucking manager's a jerk! Your tour manager's a fucking jerk!
Sing it.
In the video, you can hear someone yelling, "Hey, your tour manager is an effing dick." And Finneas laughs it off and replies, "Sing it." However, this is only the tip of the iceberg, because we'll have to dive into the comments to get more of the story. First, Finneas himself replied to a viewer who asked why the concert goer would say that. Finneas claims, "Someone was having a medical emergency, and my security, not my manager, asked a man to step aside to let the EMTs walk by, and he reacted like this." This led to the full story coming out, after the person who actually yelled replied to Finneas's comment saying, "Kind of right. That guy who was having a medical emergency was my brother. He was having a panic attack. That panic attack was caused by excessive harassment by the security at the venue. I asked the security what was going on, and they proceeded to say, 'None of your business,' and shove me unprovoked, which is what caused that reaction." Evan went on to post a slightly longer comment thread, which points to his full explanation over on Instagram. It was commented under a recent Finneas photo post. Evan writes, "Hey girlies, I was the guy who got thrown out. To shed some light on the situation, coming into this concert, I had never really heard Finneas's music. I was only there to support my brother, as he absolutely loves Finneas and Billie Eilish. My brother is the one with the flag of Anna and Elsa that everyone cheered for. Look at my recent post if you want to see. Anyways, I was just there to take pictures for my brother, so he could enjoy the event without needing to try to record the thing, and just live in the moment. The venue had originally said that we can have cameras, so long as they are digital with no detachable lenses. I bought a Fujifilm camera so that I could take pictures at this event with it. If any of you know cameras, that's about $1,600 on top of the nearly $500 we paid for tickets. I made sure to ask the staff if the camera was allowed, and I got 3 go-ahead from the security staff. After getting the go-ahead, we got our spots. I got some fries and even offered some to the security guards in front. They said no. I took some pictures of the opener, Bad Sons. Once they finished, there was a break, in which I took that time to ask the people around me if they'd like for me to take pictures and just send it to them afterwards, so they can fully enjoy the concert. To which most people said they'd love that, so that was my plan. At that time, my brother held up his flag, which the majority of the fans in the theater saw, and presumably liked from the cheering. These security guards did not share those same emotions, and promptly said that if he held it up again, he would be escorted out immediately. To their credit, they did say he could hold it on the barrier, so that it wasn't blocking anyone's view, which would have been understandable had these next things not happened. When Finneas came out, I managed to get about 2 pictures of him before having a security guard grab my hand and tell me that if I didn't put the camera away, they were kicking all of us out, to which I did. After another song or two went by, I signaled the security guard over and, mind you, politely asked if there was someone I could speak with about getting a refund for my tickets. As mentioned above, I was just there to take pictures so my brother could enjoy his time. The security guard told me, sure, and that I could follow him. So I did, to which he ended up having 4 guards surrounding me in the lobby telling me to leave. I explained to them my situation, and they said that the bald security guard was the tour manager for Finneas, and he said absolutely no cameras. I explained to them that when I bought the tickets, it said we could have cameras, and that it was false advertisement to kick me out over that, and all I wanted was a refund, to which I got a strict no to. I talked with them for another couple of minutes, and agreed I would keep my camera away, and they finally let me back into the venue. A short while after my brother displayed his flag to Finneas, not holding it up, putting it on the guard barriers as we were instructed to do. Less than 10 seconds later, we had 2 security guards come to him, telling him that the tour manager, Mr. Baldy, said he needed to leave. We explained that they had said it was okay, and they gave us a warning that if we did it again, we would be thrown out. My brother put his flag away and was very disappointed and ended up crying as we spent a lot of money on going to this concert. We waited outside for who knows how many hours in the cold, as well as drove quite far to come and see Finneas. When Mr. Baldy saw my brother crying, he came over and told him to leave for being disruptive. For crying? Mind you, this entire time, the security guards and the bald guy himself were saying that he was the tour manager, so he made the rules. My girlfriend explained to him that he was just having a panic attack and did not need to leave over it. Mr. Baldy decided he needed to call for backup on a 15-year-old. I signaled at Mr. Baldy to come over. He did, and I asked him what was going on, to which he replied, "None of your business." I told him, "That is my brother, so it kinda is." He scoffed and 2-hand pushed me into the group behind me. This was witnessed by most of the people around me. I pushed him back and had 4 security guards jump me for it. I held my ground and shouted to Finneas, "Your tour manager is a dick," as at this point, I thought Baldy was the tour manager. One of the security guards bent my finger back to get it off the rail, and after a visit to the doctors, they dislocated my finger. While I was being assaulted by the security guards, I heard one of them threaten, "If you keep it up, you're gonna get dropped." Obviously, I'm not gonna win a fight against 4 security guards, so I gave up and walked back with them. By the time I was in the lobby, I had at least 8 security guards, grabbing me, shoving me, and whatnot. I was not violent with any of them, and even apologized that I was making their jobs harder, to which they were moderately nice about it, and said it's okay, that's what they get paid for. Mr. Baldy was not there, and it was only him and the mustache guy that were being rude. The rest of them were just doing their jobs. This situation involving the security guards at the Fillmore Detroit gets even worse after reading the experience Evan was initially adding on to. I was at the corner where the fight started. "I'm sure that your team is the greatest, because you have always given us the best performances. But I assure you that the security team in the right corner, I'm not sure if they were your staff or the Fillmore staff, was being very rude and disrespectful to all of us. I was there screaming and having fun, and jumping with a sign that said, 'I want you to produce my music.' That was my way to show you my total admiration for your work, and that my dream is working with such a talented person." Suddenly, I felt a hand bumping my shoulder hardly, and then they ripped the sign off my hand, yelling at me as if I was committing a crime for having a sign, which they didn't take away when I was checked to enter the general admission, so I assumed it was okay. I also followed the instructions that say no signs or posters for concerts can exceed 11 by 17. They could have politely asked me if I could take the sign down, because I understand it might bother the people behind me, but they didn't treat me well. Despite everything, I still enjoyed the show because I went to have a good time. After a while, I heard the guard start yelling at the guy who was at the end of the corner because he put 1 foot out of line. You have to understand that we're at a concert. We are jumping and dancing. It's normal that they can go a little bit outside the limit, drawn by a line on the floor. I think the best way to keep us within the limit is to put a fence like the one between the floor section and the stage. Then the situation started to heat up, and the security guards started pushing everyone, women included, to the point that I almost fell, and obviously the guy started to defend himself. but more people came and held him back to get him out while he was crying. It was at this moment that the song ended, and while they were taking him out of the theater, he yelled, "Your managers are dicks." Behavior that I don't share, but understandable. I think the word he tried to say was security, but I think he got confused. Anyway, the point is that all the people who were there in that corner understood the boy's frustration at that moment. I don't know him or anyone who was there. I was alone and don't take responsibility for anything that happened. But I wanted you to understand the situation could have been avoided with the right words and not with the attitude of that staff. When the concert was over, I asked for my sign back to the person that took it away from me, because I always save the signs of every concert. And he said, "I throw it away." Then I asked, "Why would you do that?" And he literally said, "'Cause I can." I cannot describe the attitude of that person and the anger I felt at that moment. So I'm pretty sure he was the one having a bad night. Beyond this, there were a handful of additional comments about having a bad experience with the venue's security. Overall, I think it's pretty clear that Finneas had no idea what was going on, and he was trying to play off the heckling. Most of the time on stage, you can't even see into the crowd. At the same time, what the hell is going on with the security at the Fillmore Detroit? I've been to and played dozens of concerts, and I've never seen a security team be outwardly aggressive towards fans with signs and cameras. Usually, they don't have to do anything. Just help out with medical emergencies and overly drunk people. Especially at a Finneas concert, I highly doubt anybody has to be dealt with in this way. In my opinion, these security guards would be better off working at a club or a football stadium or something. But with that, you're caught up on all the details surrounding this Finneas concert drama situation. And now that you know almost everything about the story, I want to know, what do you think? Please let me know that, along with any story updates or things I missed down in the comments. Thank you so much for making it all the way to the end, and I'll see you in the next one.